Today I'm gonna show you a beautiful pastry between börek and poğaça filled with potatoes. We're gonna serve it with colorful, beautiful beetroot salad. We are going to make it using only rolling pin and with 2 pieces of dough. For the potato filling, I boiled about 600 grams potatoes. If you can find, choose medium or small size. They are easier to boil, and I cooked until somewhat soft. Meanwhile, I chopped my onions and sauteed in mixture of butter and olive oil. Onion is a blessing for our kitchen, my friends. So if you have, use as much as you want. This time I'm using 3 medium size. I'm sorry for pouring the oil from a big container. My pan was hot and I needed to be quick. So I just poured without knowing that it will still be seen on the camera. Added teaspoon of salt and begin to saute the onions. Checked my potatoes after about 10-15 minutes. It was soft enough, so I took them out to cool down. You can place them into cold water to shorten the cooling time, but I just wanted to give it a try by handling while it is still hot. And if you cut all the way, make a cut in the middle, it is kind of easier to peel. Even though my hands burned a bit, I was able to peel and mash them right away along with the sauteed onions. Then I seasoned the filling with chili flakes, pul biber we say in Turkish, chopped parsley, some black pepper and salt if needed, and a little bit olive oil to give more richness. Quick reminder, you can support the channel just by giving thumbs up, leaving comments and sharing my contents if you think it is valuable, so others can also see and we can reach to more people and I can continue to create more content. Thank you. For the pastry dough, I have 200 ml each water and milk, 100 ml mix of vegetable and olive oil, half cup yogurt, 2 teaspoons each baking powder, salt and sugar. And finally, of course, I'm gonna use about 4 to 5 cups all-purpose flour. To my mixing bowl, first I'm adding the wet ingredients along with salt and sugar, then add about 4 cups of flour and the baking powder. Begin to knead the dough and continue to add more flour until it is playable soft dough. I continue to knead the dough on the countertop for another minute, then cut the dough into 2 pieces, shape them into balls and cover to rest. Make sure to rest the dough. It really works. Don't skip it. Otherwise, you struggle with the dough. If you let it rest at least for 10-15 minutes, it will open right away very easily. After the dough rested, I melted 100 grams of butter and 1/4 of a cup vegetable oil to brush the layers. Now the fun part begins. After about half an hour of resting the dough, I begin to open up using my rolling pin and a little bit of flour on countertop. Don't use too much because sticking to the countertop a bit helps to stretch the dough. Alternately, flip the dough and continue to roll out using just enough flour to make a rectangular as big as you can. You can stretch the sides by hand just to make an even sides, and it's ready. Now I'm going to pour the melted butter and oil mixture, about 2 to 3 tablespoons, and then brush with a silicone brush. Be generous while brushing with the oil because this will help to create the layers. And then make a cut from the sides as you can see in the video, keeping the middle part intact. Later we're gonna fold from the cut parts to give our shape. I'm separating my filling into 6 parts to use them evenly onto my pastry and spread evenly to the squares. Now begin to fold the squares to the middle side, brushing every time you fold, and then fold the other side as you can see. And now the whole part to the second side, brush again with the butter mixture and continue to fold the other potato spreaded squares on top of it. At the end you will end up having about 8-9 layers filled with potato stuffing. Now place the filled square and continue to do the same thing with the second batch. While working with the second batch, I fold the squares differently, but later I realized the first folding works even better to fill everything together and then intact from the sides. So after shaping the 2 dough pieces with the potatoes, it is again better to rest before you press to fit to your baking tray. I didn't have much time for it, so didn't rest the dough. It was still okay, but I want to emphasize that it is always better to rest between each shaping. I just used my rolling pin and pressed to make as big as my baking tray. Make sure to line it and brush the top with egg yolk and butter mixture. My oven is preheated to 200 Celsius degree. Before you bake, cut the pastry börek into squares and it is ready to bake. You can sprinkle nigella seeds, sesame seeds if you like on top. I just baked as is. For the salad, first you need to boil the beetroot. Normally I boil them with the skin on, but since we are also going to use the leftover water to cook our orzo pasta, I just peeled the beetroot and then cut it into 4. And boiled in enough water for about 3 cups. Then I take out the cooked beetroot. To the water I added 1 cup of orzo pasta and cooked with a little bit of salt. If the orzo pasta needs more time to cook, you can always add up to 1 cup more water and then continue to cook. I didn't have to drain at all. I was able to use all of the water from the beetroot to cook my pasta. Along with the pasta and beetroots, I'm going to use pickles and can of corn kernels. You just need to finely dice the pickles and the beetroots. Then add everything to a big bowl for easier stirring. And for the dressing, I'm gonna use lemon juice, salt, olive oil. Fresh herbs always goes well with this kind of salads. This time I used frozen chopped dill that I always keep in the fridge. Right on time, my potato börek pastry was ready, and so the Turkish tea, and I set my table and ready to taste. As a sauce, I used lemon juice and olive oil, but you can also make it with yogurt sauce. It comes out so beautifully with the color of the beetroot. I had some sütlaç Turkish rice pudding, and here is our beautiful potato-filled börek poğaça. It was very easy to make. A different technique between börek and poğaça, kind of on the soft side because of the potato. Let me taste one. Bismillah. The dough is very rich, flavorful, so the potato filling, when they come together, creates a beautiful, rich pastry. Let me get from the salad. This is also, my friends, very delicious, colorful, beautiful. I hope you give it a try. If you love potato and softer börek and want to try without too much work from scratch, this recipe is for you. I have also many other börek recipes on the channel, poğaças, pastries. Also check them, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Afiyet olsun.